Hi, Joseph Fink here, speaking to you from Scotland. Why am I in Scotland? I'm in Scotland because tomorrow, September 16th, is the first show here in Glasgow of our UK and Ireland tour. We're going to Dublin and to 9 cities in the UK, including a 3-show run in London, and if you haven't bought tickets, well, it starts tomorrow, so you don't have much time until this tour is in the past, and who knows when we'll make it out here again. Not me, I genuinely have no idea. Okay, I want to talk super briefly about 2 things. The first is our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/welcome to Night Vale. A podcast having a YouTube channel? What do they have on there? Just blank videos playing sound? Mostly yes. We have every episode on our YouTube channel if you prefer to listen to it there, but we also have so much more. We also have a bunch of behind the scenes videos, interviews with the cast and fans, lots of backstage stuff from our many live tours, and if you haven't seen this yet, you should see it, an absolutely stunning stop motion video made by Night Vale's own Dylan Marin. That is the entire 41 city US tour we did in 5 extraordinary minutes. Check it out. And new right now on the YouTube channel, up just this week, a behind the scenes of the recording of the Welcome to Night Vale novels audiobook, featuring interviews with Cecil Baldwin and Dylan Marin, and great footage of what it looks like when you read a book to an imaginary listener for hours at a time. youtube.com/welcome to Night Vale. Get started on all those cool bonus videos right away. The second thing I want to remind you of is that we have every past live show we've ever done recorded in beautiful definitive versions that are available for pay what you want on nightvale.bandcamp.com or on iTunes if you don't want to use Bandcamp. There are 4 different shows on there. The first is Condos, the first live show we ever performed, a strange and spooky story about real estate that also introduced Dylan Marin as the voice of Carlos and has Jackson Public doing some extraordinary snappy banter with himself in 5 different voices live on stage. It was really impressive. Then there is The Debate, featuring several members of the cast of the Thrilling Adventure Hour podcast, all taking part in a mayoral debate between Jackson Public's Hiram McDaniels and Mara Wilson's faceless old woman, and also it features the very first time Hal Lublin played the voice of Steve Carlsberg for a whole 1 line. Yes, speaking of the Thrilling Adventure Hour, there is our big crossover we did with them at the 2014 San Diego Comic-Con, featuring 3 full acts of crossover craziness with all your Thrilling Adventure Hour favorites, all your Night Vale favorites, and Will Wheaton as the omniscient narrator. And finally, our most recent live show, The Librarian, which is an absolute blast, full of unexpected audience participation, one of our favorite pre-weather sequences we ever wrote, a ton of guest voices like Symphony Sanders as Tamika Flynn and Kate Jones as Michelle Wynn, and this is absolutely true, intern Andrew W.K. All of these are available right now for pay what you want on nightvale.bandcamp.com or on iTunes. Just search for Night Vale. Hours of new Night Vale at your fingertips. Finally, last thing, our next installment in the countdown to the novel. We are just over a month away from the Night Vale novel's October 20th release. I'm going to flip the book open to a random page and read a sentence. Okay, page 353. Oh, late in the book. Spoilers, here we go. Anyway, the pain meds the hospital had given her were just a bag of wood chips, and so she doubted their effectiveness. You can pre-order signed or not signed editions of the novel. Just go to welcometonightvale.com and click on novel, and be sure to look out for our US book tour going to 20 different cities all over the US as well as Toronto to read from the book, answer questions, and have conversations in front of you all with some of our favorite people like Felicia Day and Hank Green and Maureen Johnson. Website for our details. See you there. Okay, I have to go be in Scotland. Bye!
Remember that you are a beautiful person. You're a weird-looking tree, but you're a beautiful person. Welcome to Night Vale. Hello, listeners. To start things off, I've been asked to reread this brief notice. The City Council announces that no changes will be made to the dog park at the corner of Earl and Somerset, near the Ralphs. They would like to remind everyone that dogs are not allowed in the dog park. People are not allowed in the dog park. It is possible you will see hooded figures in the dog park. Do not approach them. Do not approach the dog park. The fence is electrified and highly dangerous. Try not to look at the dog park, and especially do not look for any period of time at the hooded figures. The dog park will not harm you. The dog park is as it always was. Shut up about the dog park, the city council added in handwriting to the bottom of the notice. This reminder of city rules is apparently in response to recent complaints by Night Vale citizens over the secretive and exclusive nature of the dog park. And these complaints are apparently in response to recent activity by certain community radio hosts and local scientists who surreptitiously used the dog park to go back and forth between Night Vale and a desert otherworld, and then announced said activity to everyone over the airwaves. Apparently. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure of anything, really. Who knows? I don't. Let's have a look now at sports. The Night Vale High School Scorpions already have their first district win of the season without actually having played a single district game. This Friday's football game against fierce rival Desert Bluffs has been forfeited by the Vultures because of lack of funding. Desert Bluffs has been in a steep year-long recession. I mean, it's an awful city, but it's hard not to feel bad. The town is facing record unemployment and major setbacks in city programming after the buyout and subsequent major restructuring last year of the only employer in town, Strex Corp. DBHS has had to cut their athletic programs as well as all music, history, trial mocking, and math classes. Next week, the Night Vale Scorpions take on the Pine Cliff Lizard Monitors, who are coming off last year's successful 9-1 season, which was due in large part to all of their players being ghosts, and thus extremely difficult to tackle. The Scorpions will need a lot of luck, as they will be without star running back Malik Herrera this season. After last year's scandal in which it was revealed he wasn't real, Herrera quit football to pursue his dreams of becoming a conceptual artist. His current medium is wood carvings on living trees. He's been at work in the Whispering Forest along the east side of Night Vale, etching phrases like, "You look nice today," and "I have always loved you," into some of the cedar trunks. The Whispering Forest usually lures humans with compliments, and then subsumes them, turning them into trees as well. But since Malik doesn't actually exist, he's immune to such pressure. Oh, guess what? We have a new intern. She's been with us the past couple of weeks, handling our social media. I'm kind of an old fossil, and I'm not really good at things like the internet. Oh, in fact, I think I've long since let my license to use a computer expire. But new intern Danielle has really picked up the slack, transcribing my work emails and my Hannibal fan poetry onto a Tumblr page. Intern Maureen used to do all that, but since she left, I've had to lean on Danielle for all of her expertise. Good work, Danielle. Oh, speaking of which, with the current controversy at the dog park, I'm going to need you to go down there and report on what's happening. Danielle is in the producer's booth shaking her head no. Danielle, you look horrified. This is an easy story. Oh, she's writing something down. Okay. Danielle just held her hand up to the plexiglass. She's written on her palm in black marker. This position regularly puts interns in harm's way, and I would like to remain at my desk where I am safe. I don't want to die. The dog park is not safe. Please understand and respect my concerns. Sincerely, Danielle. Danielle also has extremely legible handwriting and large palms. Okay, I understand that, Danielle. I think you're overreacting. The last time I sent an intern to report a story at the dog park, she became mayor. But okay, you do your thing. Well, it sounds like we're getting our first eyewitness reports from the dog park. We have on the phone right now John Peters, the farmer. John, are you at the dog park right now?
Howdy, Cecil. I sure am.
What's happening down there? Are people demonstrating? Is it peaceful?
That all depends on your definition of peaceful, Cecil. I'm looking right now at these people. They're all in a long row, standing upright and perfectly still. Mayhaps a slight sway to each individual in the breeze, but otherwise perfectly planted and stoic. They're all so quiet, not a single sound, except some incidental rustling, the mundane din of physical existence, that sort of thing, but not a word's being spoken.
This is amazing. I am so proud of our town taking a non-violent approach towards civic change. This reminds me of the classic sit-ins where protests...
Well, like I said, Cecil, they ain't sitting per se. They're all totally upright.
Okay, sure, I know. I just meant...
Well, you should say what you mean. That's a famous quote. You know who said that?
Well, I know Lewis Carroll wrote...
Nope.
Oh, who said it then?
Well, now there are birds soaring above. Lots of blackbirds circling the rows of silent citizens. The birds are cawing and landing on some of them. There's one citizen in particular who's standing on a wood pike, his arms spread wide, his head cocked a bit to the side. He's wearing a straw hat and a smile of unnatural geometry. His eyes are solid black and seem to be protruding from his rough face. The birds are avoiding this particular man. I think perhaps he's the leader of these people, as he also stands perfectly still, perfectly silent. He is so stoic, so strong. Cecil.
Yes, John.
Cecil, I'm looking straight at the sun right now.
Oh, John, don't do that. That's bad for you.
So beautiful. It is so beautiful it hurts.
John.
Oh, here comes the cloud. That is such a relief.
So are the people at the dog park carrying signs of any sort? Are they wearing t-shirts with slogans? Anything like that?
They're just all green and leafy, rising from the dirt. Little tufts of brownish hair on top. Some of the birds are pecking at their faces now, eating the bulbous golden flesh hidden beneath. Shoo! Get going, you birds! Good. I think the birds are leaving. Oh, no, they're just circling back to some other people further away. Oh, now they're eating them other folks' heads. Oh, it's brutal, Cecil. It's just brutal.
John, wait. Are you in a cornfield?
Well...
It sounds an awful lot like a cornfield.
I don't want to get into an argument with you about semiotics, Cecil, but I know what I see.
Thanks for the update, John.
Oh, you bet, Cecil. Always nice to talk to you. Get going, you birds!
And now a word from our sponsor. Today's show is sponsored by Knife. Need to cut a thing? Use Knife. Need to poke a hole in another thing? Try using Knife. Have one thing and want it to become two or more smaller things? You could try Saw. Saw sometimes works, but other times, you need Knife. Just listen to Knife in action. Amazing! Knife. This has been a word from our sponsors. To deal with the controversy surrounding the no dogs or people in the dog park policy, Mayor Dana Cardinal... Oh, hey, Danielle. That's the former intern I was talking about. You sure you don't want to go write a dog park story? Oh, okay, fine. Has sent her director of emergency press conferences, Pamela Winchell, to deliver an emergency press conference. Here is what she had to say.
Today is an important day in our city's history. Today, citizens of Night Vale have spoken, and they have said something. I wasn't paying attention. I can't hear and see and understand every single thought or feeling everyone is having at every single moment. Someone is always trying to explain things to me. Put the car in reverse to go backwards. Don't point that gun at me, Pamela. Greenland is mostly ice, whereas Iceland is actually Ireland, misspelled. Always someone over my shoulder telling me how to do something, or someone on my shoulder crying, or someone below my shoulder in a headlock. It's just too much for me to take in. So, some of you are against the dog park, or maybe you are against the people against the dog park. I don't know. Who can tell? Maybe you're against dogs who are parking. Why would dogs park? Dogs can't drive. Wait, did you mean dogs barking? Are you against the dog bark? Oh yeah, I'm with you on that. There is nothing worse than an idiot dog voicing its idiot opinion. Keep it to yourself, King Charles. Nobody asked. Well, maybe someone did. I once asked a dog, "Who's a good girl?" And it was silent. It didn't know, or it didn't want to say. Either possibility makes me sad. I'm still sad about this. Let's have a moment of silence for my sadness. Okay, I'm still sad though, but the sadness sits better with me. Did you know it takes more muscles to frown than it does to think about being sad? It's true. No questions. I'm taking no questions. We're done here. Oh, before I forget, Cecil, can we move our coffee date from Tuesday to Wednesday? I have a dental appointment Tuesday. I'd almost forgot why I'd originally called. Call me back, okay?
Oh, I guess that was just a voicemail from Pamela, not a press conference. Never mind. And now an update on the hole in the vacant lot out back of the Ralphs. The group of huddlers that meet at the hole and huddle have now taken up nestling. "We're done huddling," said a spokesperson for the group. No one knows who these former huddlers, current nestlers, are, nor their regularly scheduled nestling times, just that they like to nestle in the hole in the vacant lot out back of the Ralphs. They also like it when other people come join them. They formerly enjoyed huddling, but now their new thing is nestling. "Come nestle with us," their press release reads. "What's the worst that could happen? We don't know, and we'd like to find out," it concludes. A spokesperson for the group issued a new statement just now. "Do not assume we like nestling or dislike huddling. Nestling just is. Huddling just was. This is everything," the statement reads. So, go nestle. Also, Ralph's is a proud sponsor of our station, so maybe get some shopping done as well. Probably do the shopping part first. We're getting word that the people at the dog park have begun shouting at the hooded figures who inhabit the dog park. They are shouting things like, "I do not like the dog park policy," and "Please, can my dog and I come play in the park?" and "That's a nice park." Some of the dog owners have begun holding up spit-soaked tennis balls and well-chewed frisbees, and they are demanding that they be let into the dog park so that they may get some exercise with their loving and loyal canine companions. One of them even shouted, "My dog has to pee really badly, see?" And then they pointed at their dog, and the dog was shifting its weight nervously from leg to leg, its eyes anxious, and its cheeks obviously flush underneath the dark fur. In response to this heightened civil disobedience, Mayor Cardinal announced that she and the City Council will hold a meeting today to discuss their various options for changing the dog park policy. The City Council, speaking in unison, said they hated this idea. And then they sent a dozen or so helicopters across the city of Night Vale, spraying every citizen with sedatives. Well, it sounds like maybe some headway will be made at the dog park. I hope it is soon. As things have gotten confrontational, I hope that... Oh my gosh. Oh, I better take us before I drift off to the web.
The only thing that I dream of is for you to be dreaming of me. And the only thing that I long for is for you to long obsessively. Doesn't everybody want to be adored? Sometimes that's all we're looking for. Even though I know there's so much more to love. I try not to laugh at the people who think love is a beautiful dance. But she keeps losing the rhythm, and he got a rip in his pants. It's keeping together stroke by stroke in the sea possibility, and trying not to let the other drown. We get distracted so easily. This is a very strange love song that was written by me. And if there's one thing you've learned by now, to love you but oddly. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you but oddly.
Good news. That sedative-assisted midday nap left me well-rested and full of vim and pep. Oh, more good news. After hours of meetings between the mayor and the city council, the dog park has been officially opened up to use by dogs, a first in its 3 years of existence. There are some rules and guidelines for dog park usage, of course, as outlined just now by the city council. First, anyone wishing to take their dog to the dog park must have a dog. Second, dog owners must submit proper paperwork proving that they are blood related to their dog. Third, after a municipal review committee approves the application, a hooded figure will take the dog into the dog park and play with the dog, using city-approved frisbees, sticks, and balls. Dog owners may not accompany the hooded figures during this time and will be safely packed away in styrofoam containers for the duration of the dog park program. The City Council added that there will be a slight bump in gasoline taxes to pay for this new program. Also, they will be building new, higher obsidian fencing around the dog park. They added that dogs who go into the dog park as part of this new program will not be returned to their owners. Finally, they've hired Troy Walsh Landscaping to plant new white lily gardens around the perimeter of the dog park. Troy is sure great at everything he does, so that should be real pretty. Well, good job, Night Vale. It's a small step forward, but your voices were heard. So often we think that politics is just arguing about who should pretend to be president, but real change starts here at home, with your streets and neighborhoods and communities. I'm proud of the great work done by our citizens today, We all came together over an issue important to the people, and we were heard by our leaders. How inspiring. As the old saying goes, horses leave hoof prints on your heart. That doesn't have anything to do with togetherness or change. It's just a warning that horses are dangerous and will try to kill you. Know that, and you can accomplish anything. Stay tuned next for a review of the popular new film, Unedited CCTV Footage, Sitgo number 4172, Left Rear Cam. And as always, good night, Night Vale. Good night.
Welcome to Night Vale is a production of Night Vale Presents. It is written by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Craner and produced by Joseph Fink. The voice of Night Vale is Cecil Baldwin. The voice of John Peters, the farmer, was Mark Gagliardi. The voice of Pamela Winchell was Desiree Burch. Original music by Disparition. All of it can be found at disparition.info or at disparition.bandcamp.com. This episode's weather was I Love You Oddly by Rebecca Angel. Find out more at rebeccaangel.bandcamp.com. Comments, questions, email us at info@welcometonightvale.com or follow us on Twitter at Night Vale Radio. Check out welcometonightvale.com for more information on this show, as well as all sorts of cool Night Vale stuff you can own. And while you're there, consider clicking that donate link. That'd be cool of you. Today's proverb. The word motel is an amalgam of the words hotel and murder.